What's going on, guys? It's Brandon back here again today for another BFR. Game 20 versus the Montreal Canadiens at 1 p.m. on November 25th happened yesterday. It was a matinee game, so it was an earlier game. I do prefer the earlier game so I can relax the rest of the night. Dach returned to Chicago for the first time, and then Richardson was coaching against his former team in the Montreal Canadiens. The Hawks were wearing the reverse retros, and it wasn't a very eventful game. But the score ends up being 3-2 in the shootout for Montreal. The Hawks go to 6-10-4. Shots were 32-23 Chicago. Hits were 23-13 Chicago. Faceoffs were 29-22 Chicago. And I thought they played a pretty good game. Chicago goes 1 for 4 on the power play. Montreal goes 1 for 2. Montembeault saves 30 out of 32. And Soderblom saves 21 out of 23. Montembeault, for a good portion of this game, was standing on his head. So in the first, on the first shot at 16:39, it's a Montreal deflection goal from Joel Edmondson, his first of the season from Monahan to make it 1-0. Athanasiou made a great defensive play. Domi was robbed. Soderblom, incredible save on Anderson. Armia's denied. And then at 1:53, it's a Montreal penalty to Matheson for high sticking, which would be killed, but the power play did look good, and it carried over 7 seconds into the second period. And then the rest of it would be killed off. At 14:07, though, it's a tie game. It's a snipe from Caleb Jones, his first of the season, from Dickinson and Kara to make it 1-1. And then at 12:59, it's a Chicago penalty to Taze for slashing, and the Canadiens make the Hawks pay. As at 12:38, it's a Montreal posted-in goal, sniped by Nick Suzuki, his 12th of the season, from Matheson and Monahan to make it 2-1. So Monahan with 2 assists, pretty good night for him. It would also be a good night for another player who's I conveniently have the shirt of, and I did wear it yesterday, ironically enough, so I was wearing my Dach shirt. Then Armia had a post and out. Kane to Radish was denied. The Hawks' power plays looked excellent, especially after the 9-minute at the 9-minute mark. There was a Montreal penalty to Dadonov for tripping, which would be killed. Then at 2:21, there was a Montreal penalty to Arbor Xhekaj, I think is how you pronounce it, the guy with the X last name, for hooking, which would be killed. And Kane was elbowed in the head, and there was no call. That whistle had a breakaway stopped by the penalty by Xhekaj. Gallagher had a breakaway denied. Radish denied. Taze saved. Monahan had a shorthanded break, and he hit the post. And we go to the third period, where Dickinson absolutely leveled Slavkovsky, and Slavkovsky was slow to get up, and he did not return to the game. So we'll see what happens there. It was a clean hit. There was no penalty, but there was a little scrum afterward, but it was a clean hit. Then at 4:44, it's a Montreal penalty to Gouli for high sticking. And then at 3:54, on the power play, the Hawks score. It's a deflection goal from Taylor Radish, his 5th of the season, from Kane and Taze. And with that assist, Kane ties Chelios at number 763 for the 4th most by an American-born player. So, congratulations to Patrick Kane, adding to what, that was weird, my fingers turned off, but adding to what was already a Hall of Fame career, and he just keeps adding on to it. Tenorti had a big hit on Dach. Monahan holds that whistle sticking. There was no call. Kara wins puck from Kovacic, I think. Kane was denied. Caulfield chance saved. Pizzetta post. Suzuki breakaway saved. Kurashev to Athanasiou missed. And we go to overtime. Kane chance was blocked by Gouli. Athanasiou went into the boards hard. The puck was stuck on the side of the Hawks net after it bounced off the backboard. Athanasiou had a chance that was wide. Matheson trips Athanasiou on a break, and there's no call. So the Hawk crowd is pretty up and at him about that. And then at 2:21, it's a Chicago penalty, which would be served by Athanasiou for too many men killed in response to the blown tripping call on the breakaway. And I was kind of pissed about this because I'm thinking, well, he just tripped on a breakaway, so that's not a penalty. But Taze got on about a second too early, and that's a penalty. And it had nothing to do with the play. They were already headed down the ice. That's just stupid. There was a Montreal timeout at 2:21 and also to try to get things set up. And that Montreal power play was one of the worst I'd ever seen. They did not want to take a shot. They just passed it. It was Caulfield, Dach, Monahan, and Suzuki. They just kept passing it along the outside. Didn't take a shot. And then we go to the shootout because they couldn't do anything. So in the shootout, Taze goes first. He scores. Caulfield goes next. He scores. Kane goes, just misses. Montembeault barely shuts him out. Suzuki then scores, so it's 2-1 Montreal. And then Athanasiou, with the game on the line, scores, but he went backwards when he was taking his run. So I'm not sure how that was allowed. He was like, you know how you're supposed to go forward, and then he like went backwards and then curved around. I don't know how that was allowed. And then Dach, with the chance to win it, he does. Soderblom does not save one in the shootout. He's the winner, and he taunts the crowd, which I'm thinking, okay, so you were traded. It wasn't us that traded you. It was the management that traded you. So why are you taunting us? But yeah, so Dach, I have your shirt, and if you're watching this video, just remember I took that personally. And in terms of stats around the league, Florida's now dropped to 6th in the Atlantic. That division is just becoming. I'm happy. That's a bad division to be in. Islanders move up. Penguins move up. Hurricanes and Rangers and Flyers move down. Capitals move up. Jets move up. Avs move down. Nashville moves up. Wild move down. And then Edmonton and Calgary switch spots. At Calgary going to 4th and Edmonton going to 5th. But that is all I have for you guys today. There is another game tomorrow on Sunday. And then after that, there's another game on Wednesday. So 2 games over the next few days. I also have a few surprises that should be coming up. Whether it's videos or stuff I'm getting, there's some stuff I'm excited to show off. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I shall see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.